My name is Abdul Rahman Koli. I was born in a country in Africa called Senegal. I was born into a Islamic Muslim household. By the time I'm 21, I can start to feel a demonic shift in my life. One day I'm in the bathroom. I wash my face and I look up and I see the mirror just turn pitch black. I can feel my soul get just pulled out of my body and just suck right into the mirror. And I'm falling down. I was petrified. I was so afraid. I was so scared. I couldn't even find the strength to scream. I'm also thinking wherever I'm heading, I don't want to go there. And then instantaneously, I was right back in the bathroom. I was like, Allah, look, I got to get right. Because I know I've been smoking, drinking, doing all of this stuff, fornicating. I got to become a better Muslim. I had a change of heart. And I devoted myself from that moment that I was going to learn everything about Islam. So now, instead of just reading the Quran in Arabic, now I'm determined to understand what I'm studying. I'm reading all of these amazing things about Jesus. How Jesus was born of a virgin woman, Mary. Then I find out that Jesus is the only prophet that's known as the Word of Allah, the Spirit of Allah. He's the only prophet in the Quran that has never committed any sin. Perfect. And he's the only prophet in the Quran that hasn't even died. I grew up to learn that Muhammad is greater than Jesus. So I started learning about Muhammad's life. And when I compared what they accomplished and what they did, it wasn't even close. Just from the Quran alone, Jesus was far greater than Muhammad could ever have been. So I prayed on that particular day, and I was like, God, honestly, right now I'm confused. I asked that you reveal the truth to me. If Islam is the truth, I'm going to follow it 100%. But if there is another way, you have to tell me. You have to show me. The next day, I had another vision. This time, it was incredibly bright. I felt like I was standing in the center of the sun. And while I'm there, I can feel the greatest peace. I look forward and I see a man standing there, arm wide, stretched wide open. And he had on a white robe, and the white robe was where all of this glory was coming from. His hair was white. In his eyes, he had fiery eyes. And then I heard a voice from my heart say, I love you and I'm calling you home. And I knew right away that I stood before Jesus. So I went to church. I remember the pastor just said, I want everybody to stand up because someone is here today and God is about to touch you. So I just stood there and I closed my eyes and I just said Jesus in my heart. And when I say Jesus in my heart, I opened my eyes again. I was the only one in the church. And the pulpit, it turned into a throne. And Jesus was sitting on the throne. And he just sat there and he just stared at me with a smile. And then I was back in the church where everybody was. And I just started to cry uncontrollably. On that day, without a doubt, I couldn't go any longer without Jesus in my life. So I accepted Jesus that day as my Lord and Savior, and I invited him in my heart and was baptized on that day. I was born into a new creature.